eliminated. So that's a nice little KP here for TYSON as they hunt for more. That's going to be cracked. Shields there as Joey doing work with this flatline. Zdavis going to get the knock there on to Nades. Now just looking for one more. Stepping up with the PK. This season, we'll have to see what they can do here in game number 2 as we're ready to drop onto World's Edge once again. And something tells me we'll probably be starting at Landslide once more with Team TYSON because they were our winners from game number 1. And they looked very, very good in that first game here as we jump on board and say hello to our good friend Fury.
Oh, I was about to say, so TYSON obviously running this one back with Fury once again, and honestly, credit where credit is due. Fury's insane, but I think we both find it fairly interesting, especially noting the fact that going into our game 2, we're at, well, we'll reveal it in a second, as for now, Intel on the back end of this 50-50. They want to win this one out this time.
Oh yeah, Impulse trying to get some damage here. He is going to get the crack, backs away, but has the support coming from Fearless and Mooney. Though Mooney with just a P2020 isn't going to do a whole lot here. We'll see. Able to get the crack there onto one player, but Mooney is going to go down. And Fearless, much the same here, a P2020 to their name as well. And it could be all going wrong once again here for Intel as they are in big trouble. Fearless going to back away. Hit a cell here, maybe try and get a little more health back. Is going to hit the tactical to try and get back up to his teammates. Maybe set up a bit of a flank. Is able to knock one player, but Intel immediately taken out of the lobby. Glory to the Republic here, showing up and showing out.
This is the second time we've seen Intel fall extremely early on here. Now, remember last time around, they were actually successful in that fight. It was the third party that came through that, punished them. This time, they couldn't even win the initial fight. Meanwhile, Lazarus all the way down here towards the south in Lava City. Fight of their own, it's Blake. Taken down from a nice charge of our rampage here. It looks like there's one last member of the squad in opposition here, but it looks like they've run away.
They have Lazarus, though, able to pick up a KP here. Good way to start this second game of the day. Of course, Lazarus was winning some early fights in game number 1, but weren't able to break into that top 5 in the last game. They got hard gated there on the bridge by, interestingly enough, Team TYSON in that last game. So we'll see what they can do this time around, as it looks like G7 Dank maybe hunting for another kill here. Has the charge rifle. Going to get a nice 65 damage there and able to break the armor on one of those players, and maybe looking to continue the push. It's DSO here, meanwhile, in trouble. Yeah. On the other side here, DSO had some struggles all throughout the recent tournaments here. Yesterday not faring too well, being one of the first squads to fall here in our game 1. Now you can already see Thief taken down to low, drop down, Blue Dawn to fall, as well as Ace Squad come through to clean this one up. You see Horizon in the distance, and I'll tell you what, a flat line with an angle like that makes short work here as DSO are eliminated. Yep, Sir Eric with the nice Valkyrie tactical there to finish it off, and that's nice 3 KP. We do see in that kill feed, looks like GS Bird and the Lazarus squad able to chase down Spectre Esports and finish them off. We had that very central zone there in Fragment last time around. Now we're pulling well to the southeast. We're headed down towards Dome and Lava City, very much towards Lazarus and SAF.
Meanwhile, A Squad, who just took down DSO, are immediately punished by Nerf coming through. Not even a relative third party, just finding them with or caught out. Valkyrie is completely cracked, but they don't quite have the weaponry to find the full cleanup there. You can see shots raining through the sky, just a little bit of poke, but unable to finish the job. Obviously, we'll have to check back in, but it's more than sure that that will be a rat for the extended future for them. Meanwhile, TYSON here, linked to this high ground outside of Epicenter. Razor across from them. Neither squad looking to get into too much of a tussle, but with VoxOT falling, they might not have a choice.
Yeah, Razor in a rough spot here early on again, as it's actually TYSON causing trouble here for the Razor squad. One of their players already down. VoxOT has been eliminated, so that's a nice little KP here for TYSON as they hunt for more. That's going to be cracked. Shields there as Joey doing work with this flatline. Zdavis going to get the knock there on to Nades. Now just looking for one more. Stepping up with the PK. And that is Razor eliminated early on. Goodbye, Blakeu and the rest of the squad. And TYSON carrying on where they left off.
Gentlemen, quit fighting. It's too early. Physio here in another engagement down here towards the south. Crack found onto the Valkyrie. Got to be a little bit more careful as Borton taking plethoras of shots from behind. They try to escape out there towards what is actually, I believe, lava area. You got Blitz there with the 30-30. A little dirty from afar to potentially slow this one down. That does force the dome. Does that help Borton recover?
I think I heard it made by Filth fan right there, and I'm very happy to say that I am much the same. No. Sung, meanwhile, and Vizio hunting for this player.
Wow, okay.
They thought they could retreat to the safety of the tunnel, but surprise, Vizio is already there as well. They're just collapsing around this team, but Borton is going to go down. That Sleepy Panda of RCO grabbing that kill. Meanwhile, Blitz with the defensive bombardment able to take down Vand. And meanwhile, A Squad finally eliminated there by Nerf elsewhere on the map. The question is, with this scan, what kind of information can Sung get? And does he want to push in to try and get that banner, to try and take this fight? And you would see the answer is no here. As Blitz going to back away, taking a lot of damage here as well. Sung needs to get in here for the backup and get his teammate out of dodge. No! And it's not going to happen. Vizio eliminated early on by RCO, and the partnered squads getting a rough treatment to start the day.
I mean, it feels like a pro night with all of our partnered squads falling as early as can be. First Razor and now, or actually first Intel, then to Razor, now Vizio. One of the best that we've seen thus far in Season 5. And hey, credit where it's due, RCO, one of the pro league teams that have joined us here tonight. So definitely something to contest against here. RCO just gonna take their time, loot this one up, put some pressure down towards Tree. You gotta be careful though. Excedrin sneaking up from behind.
An important context to give about RCO, that is a team that has been a staple of Series E Open Night for a very long time. Is Sleepy Panda going to get knocked there? Enemy going to be able to finish off that kill. And Excedrin looking for blood. They're feeling a little hungry here after how they were treated in the first game. We'll see what they can get done. But RCO is a team that has been a staple of Open Nights here in Series E for a very long time. And that is a team that has seen an incredible amount of growth over the last 8 months, right? They've been competing in just about any tournament that they can get their hands on, and they have gone from a team that not a lot of people were really looking at, nobody was thinking that they could compete even on Open Nights here in Series E, to now they've earned a spot in Pro League, and they could come out and throw down with the best here in Series E. So that is a team that has taken advantage of these opportunities and really seen a ton of growth, and it's so awesome to watch as we jump on board with Team Esports Arena, and it's Phony, Scissors, and someone who's only here to apparently hunt Team Nerf, because they're only here to kill Force.
That is, in fact, Xenial, though, from Team Space Station Gaming. I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop the pretenses and the jigs up there, but you know what? It's a nasty roster that is offered to come in and fill for the 20th squad here tonight. It's a little funny not seeing Fury alongside them, still filling in for TYSON, but we know for a fact Xenial can get the job done just as well with the quality of that team. A bit of a mix of the two. Meanwhile, Nerf here defending on their own outside of Dome. It's a nice stick on the Arc Star. That'll prevent most of the aggression and allow Nerf to retreat back inside, but they are peppered. A bit of those ordinances can force some movement, but no damage found.
You better be careful, Xenial. Force has got his aim on with those Arc Stars today, so if you're hunting for this man, you might have some trouble taking him down. As Nerf posted up inside of this car, and it's very stinky in here. Those traps set down by turns, deterring any aggressive pushes. Meanwhile, Excedrin still working on RCO, and Kimchi Lee taking kill leader now with 3 kills to his name, and start a fight outside here, trying to get things done, and doesn't seem like they're gonna push any further there onto Nerf. They're going to back away into these buildings in Dome. Meanwhile, we jump over to Xset. They were in our top 3 in our last game, and let's see what they can do here as they're going to hit that Ash ultimate here up on top of this building, and they're on the hunt in Lava City.
Nice single fire tap there on the ridge of the building. That concrete won't see a better day. No, I'm just kidding. For Xset here, they've got themselves set up. I like the building play. It's a good rotation, especially if we start talking about where the zone may fare. And often enough, we do get a bit of a mix between that kind of open area ahead of the north side of Dome, as well as a bit of a mix of some of the walling and buildings that do provide on that POI. So Xset have that in store for themselves. But granted, looking a little bit more aggressive than just holding a building down, starting to run that one forward. Look for their prey here. Excedrin now just coming into the lava siphon area. Mind you, ESA not too far ahead of them.
Yeah, let's see what Excedrin can do here as they head up to the western edge of this zone. I'd really love if we can get a map scan to see exactly where the next one is pulling. Of course, shout-outs to the observers and all the production crew doing great work here on Series E every single week. As Excedrin here getting into the area, cruising, taking quite a bit of damage. It sounds like a charge rifle to me. Players just able to put down solid damage at range, and you don't really have to worry too much about that aim here as we jump on board with Fury.
Up, and the circle's exactly where I said. It's a bit of a mix, kind of the upper end of Dome, with that open area being majorly in play here. Noticeably TYSON in the midst of the vault. This can be, well, it's definitely a position to work with, but I will say I would more likely see a squad here when we talk about kind of round 4, as it can be extremely hard to defend, especially as early as it stands now with all 3 entrances being available. But I'll tell you what, if there is a composition that can potentially make it work, it's going to be the Watson.
Yeah, the Watson will make it an absolute hell to get into this area. But the problem that TYSON may have to deal with here is Lazarus, outside of one of those entrances, they have to be careful that multiple teams don't collapse on them here. Also important to remember, when you look at the other squads to the northwest that are probably going to be looking to move through that tunnel to kind of safely rotate into the circle, so they can get collapsed on here very quickly from multiple angles. And specifically, if you're a Lazarus and you start to hear action in the tunnel, you're going to want to get in there for the third party. It's a very big opportunity. At the very least, they could set up these pylons to give them early notice when somebody's trying to rotate in on them, as we see the Valkyrie rotation here from Team Esports Arena. They're going to get into the north side of Dome here. Important to remember, start a fight was set up nearby, so they have to be very careful. As Zenile taking a lot of damage here. He is going to get knocked there by the defensive bombardment. Esports Arena in trouble early on. Scissors trying to put out some damage, but this could be bad. Having to run, but will not be able to hide. Down goes Team Esports Arena, and that is Int and SAF contributing to their demise. Meanwhile, Excedrin in a fight here. Kimchi's already down, but cruising, able to get a knock there onto Ace, and now looking for more. There's a second onto its demons. And now, where is that third player? There they are. Damage onto the blue shield and looking for more. Enemy able to get the heal on his armor. They need to just go for the chase here. Maybe the tactical to get the high ground. They may just go for the rest.
Well, for Excedrin here, a bit of a reset, but they gotta try to come through. They don't quite get the revive off. GAD, as a result, suffer. They pay the price. Enemy now gonna take the time, go for that Gibraltar stick. Find Kimchi Lee back up, and Excedrin are looking hot finally coming into game 2. But I'll tell you what, so this is a tough rotation in store, especially without the utilization. What might be the big gap closer? I'll tell you what, that open area can be extremely punishing for them, and we'll have to tune in with them later. Meanwhile, back with TYSON, obviously round 3 closing. This is probably the most important timing here for TYSON. This is one of those moments where we talked about earlier, a potential squad that could come in. They're not careful.
They do have to be very careful. TYSON biding their time. The kills have accelerated this time around. We mentioned in game 1 that we still had 14 squads alive as Circle 4 started to close. We haven't seen Circle 3 even completely close yet. We're already down to 11. So some more early game aggression this time around as we jump over to X set here. They're looking to clear out this northeast corner of the zone, looking to chase a team in on the second floor of this building. They're getting peeked by a couple angles here, but that's going to be Klain able to take down Snoopy, as Klain is going to get knocked here, but his teammates should be able to get him to safety. Going to knock him back into a building. Of certified BMers are here, and they're looking to clean up some kills. They're pushing into this building. They're going to see some players next door, but the question is how aggressively do they want to posture right now? They know the rotation is away from where they are right now. They have to head back south towards this next zone. So how long do they want to stay? That's Klain going to finally get credit for Snoopy getting finished off.
Well, for certified B members and all these squads that have been in Lava Siphon for quite some time, they have to carry themselves a bit further south up alongside that hill. So I don't even care about the posturing. You need to see moves like this, but with X set in a position like that, that might be all but done. Immediately, do they find the drop on this Valkyrie? Hakulo there with Akimbo down. Now they'll potentially clean this one up in combo, in pairing with certified BMers there. Either way, glory to the Republic are eliminated here in 11.
Yeah, now we're going to continue to see some bloodshed here up to the north of Lava City. Well, I should say the south of Lava City, north of the current circle. Xset going to loot up right now, and things are going to get really interesting when they rotate down here towards Dome, because we already see multiple teams set up in the area, and chaos is going to ensue. We're going to see a lot of teams trying to establish themselves out on the fringes of Dome here, try and use those walls as cover, but it's not going to last very long. There's Kimchi. Going to take a lot of damage. They're able to get a quick armor swap, so at least feeling good on that front. And Excedrin with some solid KP so far. At least 6 here for the team, and they certainly have gotten things rolling much better this time around. Meanwhile, Nerf just outside of one of these cars. And now, what can they do? Force running away here. Tap Strafers, meanwhile, eliminated. Xset able to finish them off, and turns in need of a bat big time right now, as he is very low and possibly could get knocked, as Excedrin trying to deal damage here from the west side of Dome right now. They're just hiding in and around these death boxes and trying to see exactly what they can do at this point.
For Excedrin here, though, they do retain control slows when down for the time being. Got to be a little bit careful where they peek out, kind of on the opposite end of this kind of open side of Dome, but they should be able to kind of pin when this choke comes through from whoever puts themselves inside. Seeing some of those fences makes me believe it is, in fact, TYSON, but it's not confirmed as of yet here. Excedrin, though, just trying to find shots to be had. Xset finally on their way out from Lava City. Kenny Lowe looking to clean this one up. Vize and GS Bird. It's only one remaining member here for Lazarus just above them for now. They'll play this one slow right up against the line of the rock.
Kenny was able to get that bat off, which is very huge, especially considering they've picked up that red Evo. So very healthy right now. Is going to be able to get the med kits off. So Xset healed all the way back up right now and taking out Lazarus at this point in the game. That's going to feel great. That's a, a dangerous enemy eliminated here for this late game.
It's interesting. I haven't seen many squads utilize the Kraber. Maybe they'll pick it up. Maybe they won't. Meanwhile, Nerf still trying to fight their way inside this cart. The problem is they had to pull this off a long time ago. Now you have a plethora of entities up from Lava Siphon, up the hill, looking to capitalize on your missed position. Turns Messiah removed here. It's up to Force to rat this one out and play this one, most notably, right up against the tail end of that wall there.
Yeah, Team Esports Arena eliminated a lot earlier in this game, but it looks like somebody else may take care of Xenile's mission for them here, at least in game number 2. Meanwhile, as we jump over to TYSON, Zdavis just trying to set up these pylons and deny the high ground from any enemies looking to push up here onto TYSON right now. Meanwhile, Excedrin still in a very good position, just trying to fire away these players out in the open air, and intelligence eliminated, and that is Kimchi grabbing kill leader here with 5 kills so far in this game, and with 5 squads remaining. Excedrin very well positioned to maybe pick up game 2 victories in back-to-back days.
Gotta be careful though. Right up against that wall there. It's a perfect position for being collapsed upon in terms of the ordinances here, and we can see that already taking place. Notably now, Xset finding their way forward. They'll finish off Force as they make their way to the other side of that wall, but I mean, we both got to remember, this zone is closing in fairly soon, and while the pull does favor their side, they will be forced out from that cover here into the prime position of, say, a squad like TYSON, who have such great angles to work with. I mean, look at how they pepper Excedrin from afar.
And the problem is that Excedrin is caught between Xset and TYSON, so there's really no way for them to go. And also, start a fight inside of the building, so really, Excedrin just too late to grabbing a safe position in this late circle means that anybody in this lobby could just free fire on them right now. 2 down there. Matt Pickett will grab the kill credit if they can be finished off. Kimchi, the last remaining member standing here for Excedrin, as it looks like Xset wants to push in here, and once again, it's TYSON established on the high ground in the late circle, looking to set up a win. Kimchi going to take some more damage there from the rockets of Kenny. And now the zone pushes him out of cover, and that's going to be another kill for SAF. So somehow, despite Xset and TYSON having the best kind of high ground views of the team, SAF pick up the 3 KP there, and now 3 stalwart squads remaining in this lobby. Defensive bombardment ready for Rack and Nishu. Things are going to get real fun here in the late game.
And the Watson apparently providing useful. You got 2 on the board right now. Matt Pickett as well, making good use of this one alongside Zdavis from what we've seen a plethora of times here. Now, granted, start a fight in a very rough position. Only 1 entrance outside of the door. Going to be having to play that 50-50 on the bubble here. TYSON has all the time in the world to retain this high ground position, as very slowly do we see squads like Xset begin to lose there. But the problem is, TYSON, you can't be taking poke like this right now.
For me, it's like, SAF, you need to use the defensive bombardment now. Let it soften up those enemies as you look for the push. Make them turn and use the batteries as you come out of the building. And it looks like SAF just slowly, they're setting up the pylons. They're letting it claim ground for them, similar to what we see from the caustic traps here, and it's working so far. Though here comes the zone. It's right on their backs, but it doesn't seem to matter as Matt Pickett with the Devo is just melting, but only 3 ammo left. Now with the 30-30, all he can do, but it doesn't matter. SAF somehow grabbed the win.
Start a fight. We had questions, especially with the choke of that building. When you are tailored to just 1 exit point, that can be one of the hardest things to play here, especially in end games. But I mean, by the grace of the positioning there, the zone had such a nice slow pull towards the opposite end, and what that actually did was it forced TYSON to drop down, not having cover in response to Xset, and then those 2, once tailored to fight against each other, allowed for Start a Fight to have more freedom to walk out with confidence there.